let's start this thing. Hello, Doodle Friends! We're back! Happy New Year! Yeah, we are back. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I feel like it was not that long ago and simultaneously very long ago. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm super excited because today we're drawing video game characters. And I'll let you know that is the amount of information that I gave the artist. So it could be anything. Which I love. So we're going to go around, introduce yourself, tell people where they can find you, and tell us what video game character you're doing. So Miss Filomena, we'll start with you.
Hiya. So I am working on Ms. PacMan, and I haven't decided if I'm doing Mr. PacMan or if it's going to be Ms. PacMan's lesbian lover. On the second one, I don't know about that just yet. And I'm at Filomena Jack Studio everywhere in the world.
Yeah, heck yeah! I'm excited. So you have to tune in. You have to stick around to find out. And Mayor Squish, to you.
Hello, I'm Mayor Squish. I thought I would draw a little scene because I usually either draw landscapes or just the character, so I thought I would go with a full-on scene today. Yeah. And I'm drawing slimes from Slime Rancher because I love them.
And they look heckin' adorable, and I'm so excited.
They're the happiest.
Yeah. Also, Randel, my comment to Mayor Squish earlier was like, I know Monster Rancher.
Oh.
So that's what I can offer to this conversation.
I almost bought that on DVD the other day.
I used to love that show.
It was on sale.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't need it, but I want it. And speaking of wonderful HeBe, hello.
Hi.
You were just on stream.
I was. And now I can't find my glue stick.
Oh, no.
Hi, if you don't know, I'm looking at the wrong thing. If you don't know me, hi, my name is HeBe Buffet. I am a member of Team Stream Queens here on Twitch. We are an all-drag troupe of queens, kings, and everything in between that just like to get on Twitch and play video games. So I'm a perfect fit for this theme. And the character that I am doing today is going to be Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2.
Ooh, yes. Oh, I'm much excited. Yep, I need you to know anytime you're playing any Resident Evil, I tune in and then immediately mute it because I can't take it because I'm a big scaredy cat. But whatever one you were doing recently, which was like cooperative play, where Pyramid Head, Triangle Head was just chasing everybody around. I was like,
Dead by Daylight?
I was like, okay, this isn't terrible. I don't hate this. But yeah, other than that, nope.
Well,
too much.
Rumor has it, after the Doodle Crew stream, I may be playing Dead by Daylight. So,
and we'll just see. In case people wanted to see where that would be, where could they go?
Well, that would be at twitch.tv/HeBe Buffet.
Oh, perfect. I think that sounds like an excellent place to go after this. And Randel, welcome back. We've missed you. I've missed you.
You did. Nobody else did.
Nah.
No, I saw him pretty recently.
Yeah, that is consistently a source of jealousy for me because I get to see Randel about twice a year. So.
And I will be seeing HeBe on Friday.
Nice. I'm already excited. Look at these cute little friends.
Yeah, I did this sketch like 3 years ago, and then my computer had a meltdown. So I was like, you know what? It's been long enough. Maybe I can revisit this now. So I decided to sketch up the Oracle of Ages with little Nehru, the Oracle of Time, I think. Oracle of Ages, yeah.
Like the Oracle of High Old.
Yeah. So since they did that remake for the Switch of Link's Awakening where they look like little plastic toys, I decided I would like recreate that as if they had done a remake for this game.
I love that. That's so fun. They're super cute.
It'll be a fun little challenge to see if I can make them look plasticky and
yeah.
It's
one of those where it sounds easy. It sounds like it should be simple because you can color in a more simplistic way, but much like anything in art, you go to do that. You're like, I was wildly mistaken at how not easy this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, oh, they need to look shiny, but not like super like slick shiny. It's like
Not
a matte,
wet.
like
They
a
need to
matte
look not
shine.
wet.
Yeah.
Yes. What we're all going for on camera. A nice matte finish. Yay, I'm excited. Well, that's awesome. And if people want to see other bits of your work, especially the most recent piece, the gift you made for HeBe, where can people
Yes,
see
it's amazing.
I love it so much.
You know, it's funny you say that. I don't think I posted it other than like on Facebook.
I think it's on Facebook. I don't think it's on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah, but it's I should actually put it up on my Instagram, which is instagram.com/RandyLimoges. If I remember to post it on Tumblr, Tumblr still exists. I know since Twitter has had its own fiasco, more people have been going back over to Tumblr. So maybe I'll start posting more art there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to get a little frustrated with Tumblr again already.
Oh, wow, already.
I keep getting porn bot follows. Like,
Aw.
constantly.
Yeah, now that they let porn back on there.
They didn't, though.
It's
It's only tasteful nudity.
Oh.
No insertion, no fluids.
You're the reason I have to put special content warnings on every episode you're on.
I didn't
love
say
it.
anything bad.
No, it was educational. This is educational content. Thank you very much. I love it so much. Yeah, and I gotta find. Oh, I've got all the things to click. I went back and forth, but I decided that I wanted to do a video game that I love and loved playing, and then for no reason just stopped randomly and need to now pick up and finish again. So I'm going to do Child of Light, which is an Ubisoft game, which I loved because it's like playing a video game in a storybook. So yeah. And I am Swan. I'm all across the internet at a Swan named Emily. As you might see from the title of this is episode 17. We will only have 3 more episodes after this, and then season 3 of Doodle Crew will be done. Well done it. We'll have completed 60 Doodle Crew episodes, plus all the interviews, and plus some Doodle Crew stuff, which we also have more of that in the works. So yeah, after this this season concludes, I will be taking a slight hiatus and a mental break for myself because scheduling is insane. But we'll have to find out. I know I saw Kurt in chat. We've been in talks to do maybe some fun Kurt narrating some audio and doodlers drawing along with it. So I feel like that could be a really fun interlude between seasons. And then we'll have to figure out when we're going to kick off and what we're going to do for season 4. So yeah, if you want to see more of Doodle Crew stuff, we're all across the internet at Doodle Crew Draw. I have almost pretty much consistently been posting every week. I'm just saying that out there because I'm proud of myself, because it's not what I always do. So, you know, I'm only like 30 episodes behind, but hey, at least the art's getting there. So yeah, it's good. Woohoo! Yay! Yeah, Kurt, I think that could be super fun. Whether we do it live or whether we record it and edit it, I think anything to get you and Hot Gravy to narrate some fun storybooks. And what? Sherlock Holmes is now public domain? Look at me. I remembered the name of it this time. I did it. Yeah, so we could do, I feel like Sherlock Holmes could be fun stuff to do. Although I did see something, I think on Twitter recently that was talking about how the Sherlock TV show was like maybe season 5. And I'm like, do we though? After what season 4 was, do we need more?
No.
Mm-mm. So we'll see.
I didn't think we needed 1.
I liked 1 and 2. I liked 2/3 of every season of 1 and 2, and then I didn't care anymore.
I just don't like the strange lizard man.
That's fair. Does he bug you as Doctor Strange too?
He bugs me in general.
That's fair. No, that's
him and Matt Smith.
Yeah. They are uniquely shaped British men.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because you can tell a lot about a person based on what animal they compare them to.
Was he an otter? Is that the one they're always comparing him to?
Ew.
Who, Matt Smith or
No, Benefit Cosmetics.
the one that I always heard going back and forth was either he's a weasel or he's a badger.
Okay. I guess otter is kind.
No, otters are cute. That is They are not chiseled, and
No. Chiseled is the perfect word for them, but like usually when you think chiseled, you think very like Adonis and Greek god, but they're just, I'm like, no, but it looks like someone started sculpting me.
Statuesque.
Yeah. I'm like, you're in low poly mode. Like you didn't fully get like smoothed out. Slutty Mage, we'll get you back. We'll get you back. I was pushing. I realized I think season 3 had started in like June or July of last year, and I was like, I'd like to wrap it up. I've got some busyness coming at the end of the month, and then convention season is going to start kicking off for me, so I wanted to not be trying to manage all of that. But good or bad
Bad. I would.
Uh-oh.
I think there be mold in my.
Oh no!
How could? Okay. Away with you.
Golden, no.
That wasn't expensive.
No.
I hate that feeling. It's like I paid so much money for this.
Oh my gosh. All is well. Not me.
I was supposed to be like, excuse you.
No. I would admit it. I'm not
Oh no,
shy.
she's got the mold farts. Uh-oh.
Mold farts.
Not the marts.
No, not again.
Oh
I
no.
thought this was the last time. Oh boy.
Too funny.
I know it looks like I'm sitting here disassociating, but I swear this is part of the process.
No, you're good. I think it's interesting as well. Like people can watch each of us and see what we're doing, but I feel like with yours, it's also a very visual thing where people can actually watch you, or you're looking at the tops of our heads for some of this. So it's good. It's all part of the experience.
You get your whole head,
Yeah.
and not just like a little miniaturized face in the corner.
I'm only 2 inches tall.
Accurate. So funny enough, I almost did decide to draw Claire Redfield today.
Aw.
So good thing I did, and
I would have laughed if you did. Just
So-
oops, all Claire's.
I like it though, because I feel like, especially across the board with Doodle Crew, everyone has such distinct and different styles. So even times where we have drawn the same character, like with Joey, Slutty Mage, we did the double meme challenge where we each drew the same character, but they looked vastly different because we have such different styles. So it can be fun.
True. And I guess you did do the Sabrina episode too, where everybody drew different versions of Sabrina.
Yeah, that one was fun. I say that about all the episodes though, so it really... Other than having like bad art days, I've never had a bad Doodle Crew episode.
The day is young.
Yeah, it could turn terribly for me, so remind me of that later. I've been doing this sick and twisted thing recently where I'm like, oh man, I'm going to design this cool thing, and then I'm going to really focus on color. And I'm like, why'd you do that? You had the choice to just draw a nice black and white thing, and you're like, your big thing is color, the thing you're worst at? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have answers for you. I don't know why I do the things I do. It's fine.
I'm just looking at all my various makeup sponges, and I was like, I need to wash these. Or I could throw them all out and buy 8 new ones.
Yeah, I had to move where I was storing my brushes because the cat now really likes them and likes to mess with them. And she successfully, and I was so mad because it was one of my favorites too, grabbed a hold of one and I went to yell at her and she dropped it and it fell in the litter box. And I'm like, no. And I was telling my mom about it. She's like, you could clean it. I'm like, nope.
No.
Nope. I draw the line,
Exactly.
Mom. It's
Nope.
not worth $10 to me to go and
Yeah.
get that. Nope, that went in the garbage.
Yeah.
I do not want toxoplasmosis.
Nope. I was like, no. I have enough budget. I can buy another makeup brush. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's worth it to me.
That's insult to injury right there.
Oh my god, I know. But yeah, so I had to start storing them in the drawer because she likes to like bite them and then throw them. Yeah,
Aw.
kitty pink eye. No. Nope. None of that. But I did have those moments where I'm like, probably should clean a bunch of my brushes just while we're thinking about it.
You're supposed to do it after every time, and I'm like, maybe once every 3 months.
Yeah.
That helps me to decide how much blush I want for the day. Is it just residual blush? Or
To be fair, I use a lot of blush to begin with, so I love when there's residual blush.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, cool, I don't have to use any product.
Yeah, I've been going on kicks recently where I will do the same like eyeshadow color a couple days in a row, and I was like, it's already loaded up for me. Like, might as well. Would be a shame not to use it. Oh, I meant to ask when we were talking Resident Evil, for the Resident Evil folks, do you have a favorite lady of Resident Evil?
Oh, mine's
Claire.
easily Claire.
Okay.
I feel like out of all of them, she's kind of gotten the short end of the stick the most in terms of how they choose to like utilize her.
Mm.
It's like she's technically, other than the recent remake of 2, only been in 2 mainline games and then relegated to spin-offs.
Okay. Is it Leon? Is that her male counterpart in the game, or is that different?
Yeah, meanwhile, Leon's in every other fucking title. Hi, it's Claudia.
Hello.
And that's like, even in the movies Claire was in, like the CG ones, she doesn't do anything.
Oh. That's frustrating. Oh boy. I probably should know this answer, but is Mila Jovovich, is she playing an actual character
No.
from the game?
No.
Okay, she's designed just for the movie.
She is a Mary Sue
Mm.
in every definition of the word.
Oh, sad.
Like they give her literal superpowers.
Yeah.
And then the plot twist at the end of the very last movie is so fucking absurd. Because I never watched the last movie that they came out with of hers until like last year. I didn't go see it in theaters. It's not been on my radar. And then finally, I think it was on like Tubi TV or something, or Pluto.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, why not? And then I sat there, I was like, wow, that's like, it takes a lot to get me to say that a movie is outright bad to the point where it's unenjoyable.
Dang.
Because I'll be like, okay, this was so bad it was camp, or this was so bad, but like this was really silly. Like, no, that movie's a bad movie.
Oh.
Like,
How many? Aren't they up to like 6 or 7 of them now?
So there's 6 Mia Jovovich movies, and then they tried rebooting it with like the actual game plot and game characters, but they cut the budget by 40 million.
Oh.
So they ended up combining the stories of the first and second game, and then it just everything moves too fast. Nothing's explained. Just arbitrary things are done. Now that movie, I would say, was so bad that it was camp.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt about the first one. Like, obviously, I still struggled because it scared me because of who I am as a person. But I was like, it's ludicrous enough that it's still fun. But, well, then I've had a bug up my butt about, they killed off Oded Fehr, who's my favorite. And after that, I was just done. I think in the second one, whatever one they're in the desert.
Third one?
Yeah. I was like, all right, well, you killed him off and he's my favorite. So now I'm done.
They brought him back in a later one.
Did they?
Yeah.
In a good way?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh no, they've brought back dead characters multiple times throughout the 6 movies, but it's like, ooh, it's a clone.
Oh.
It's never twins. That's a callback for anybody playing along.
Bong.
Oh.
Bet there will be twins this Friday on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Actual twins?
Unfortunately.
Well, now I need to know all of this.
Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and Spice. They're the Coil twins. They are TikTok famous. And they're very pretty. No shade. They are very, very pretty. They look like Bratz dolls. That's their aesthetic. Like, they're good at what they do. Personality-wise, grating as fuck.
Kind of like a Bratz doll. Like, they're really living...
No, have you ever watched somebody play the Bratz games? That they're kind of hilarious.
There's games?
Oh, yeah. Bratz Rock Angels.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. So, color me. I need a better education on that. I only knew them from, like, the commercials and some of the doll stuff.
But basically their brand of drag is like the I just fucked your dad. Like
I feel like that could get very tiring very fast.
It is, because people are used to taking them in at little 60-second intervals.
Right.
So it's cute and funny when it's once in a while. Now picture that for an hour and a half.
I don't wanna. They're gonna be on a whole episode.
They're on the season.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're both contestants. Which brings us to the other thing of where it's obvious stunt casting, because you're going to tell me out of all the queens that auditioned for RuPaul's Drag Race that both of the twins got on the same season?
That seems plausible.
That's production right there. That's a television show. Anyway, that's my dissertation on Sugar and Spice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like I know who they are because I think they pop up on my TikTok, but I will admit I don't know their names. So
I blocked them. I was like, enough of this.
I was listening to, there's a podcast I really like called Sounds Like a Cult, and but they did an episode on RuPaul's Drag Race, and they had Ben de la Creme on, and it was really
Ben
nice.
de la Creme is delightful.
Yeah, they were so good and like spoke incredibly candidly about it, and it was a really nice thing because, the final summation is kind of like, it's not even, RuPaul's baby anymore. Like, the show itself has evolved even past her and everything. And it's its own monster. And it was such a good conversation. Randel, I almost sent it to you, but then I remembered you don't listen to podcasts, so I decided not to.
You don't listen to podcasts?
You know.
Why not?
Because I'm the type of person that I have to be actively engaged, and it just irritates me if something goes on for too long.
Well, that's why you listen to them at 2 times speed.
Well, I don't know. It's like if I'm listening to something, I would much rather just listen to music where I don't really have to pay attention to it.
I think they have some of their episodes up on YouTube, so I was going to see if there was a video component to it, and if there was, then I would send that to you.
You know the podcast, Oh No, Ross and Carrie?
No, but I like the
Nope.
title.
Yeah, so if you what was the last one you just mentioned? Sounds like a cult.
Sounds like a cult.
Yeah, this would be in that same genre.
Love it.
I think their subtitle is something like investigate claims of the paranormal so you don't have to.
Aw.
And it's delightful. He works for Disney. She is a science investigative journalist, something. But it is delightful and funny and educational, and yeah. Oh no, Ross and Carrie.
Oh no, Ross and Carrie. All right, I will have to check it out.
Yeah, for me, it's even like YouTube videos. If I see one and I'm like, you're over 30 minutes, there's a high probability I will not click it because I just do not have that time investment. I don't care enough.
Background noise.
And well, yeah, that's usually the only time that I will put it on is if I'm doing something like working with perler beads or something where I don't have to be like super duper focused. But if I have the time, I would much rather like be engaged playing a video game or doing art or something. And I just get really annoyed when it goes on for too long.
That's what she said.
I mean, you're not wrong in that area either. Time management, baby. That's all it's about.
Still.
Come on.
So you're the same color. Yep. One more here.
I forgot to contour my nose, but it's okay. Because I recently started doing a new way of doing it anyway. So
Ooh.
It doesn't need to be immediate.
It is, Claudia. Yes, time is precious. Podcasts were huge for me when I was commuting an hour to work. Like, that's great time. I really like them when I'm doing like cleaning and stuff around the house. But there are definitely times where to sit and work on art, I find I cannot concentrate on a podcast and concentrate on the art that I'm doing. I just cannot split my brain that way. So I tend to lean more towards music in those moments.
The other thing for me is, people have sent me certain podcasts that are on YouTube for like discussing video games and things. And I just get so annoyed because I almost never agree with the things that they're talking about. And I'm like, but I can't interject and argue with you because you're just like a static thing.
But I need to tell you how you're wrong. Yeah, it is. Claudia says I get obsessed with certain podcasts from time to time. Yeah, I'll hit like one that just like tickles my brain in just the right way, and I will go on like binge listen and just go crazy through their content. Well, what layer are you on?
Where's my foundation brush? You look like you might be.
What did you do? What did you do? What's happening? Oh. Clip Studio just going a little nuts. It's fine. It's fine.
I just hear.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what you doing? Yes, it's fine. Also, it's a good thing because I'm excited to have the iPad now, and it's been really awesome. But I catch myself like trying to do the thing where you just pinch real quick and it brings the entire canvas to fill the full screen in Procreate. I keep trying to do that on my digital tablet that I'm working on now. I was like, no, it's different.
Nope.
Brain.
Do you just end up putting like fingerprints?
Yes. Because I have my glove for the hand that's actually touching the tablet, but then just smash my fingers right into it and like, oh, gross. Why are you this way?
I got goodies today from the Harry Potter themed cafe near us.
Really?
Oh.
Is that in Elmira?
Yep.
Oh. I have friends who just got a house out that way that I've been bugging them that we should hang out. So maybe that's good final push motivation to be like,
Yeah.
we could do this. It would be delicious and fun.
Yep. And they do the full spectrum. They do regular Peeps food, gluten-free, and they do the plant-based stuff too.
Nice.
It's something for the whole family.
That's wonderful.
I hate that as soon as you said that they do the full spectrum, my brain was like, autism?
That too.
That too.
They really do cater to our full spectrum.
That's right.
Yeah, seriously, Slutty Mage says nobody tell Universal. They'll go let it go for a few years, get popular, and then get handed a cease and desist. A la Amazing Wizarding Weekend. That was so much fun until it was not.
Yeah.
So mad about that. Like, I get it to a certain point, but gosh darn.
Yeah, there's nothing in their name that I think would be suspicious to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But then you walk inside and you're like, oh.
There it is.
This is fun.
Oh. Suppose I have to clean up my line art. I suppose.
Nah.
I've been watching Mayor Squish go in with all this amazing detail, and I was like, I should probably pick a line instead of 18 of them.
Want to come over to my nightmare where I can't have any lines?
No, no, your stuff makes me so scared. You're like, must all be clean and must all be vector. And I'm just like, ha, no, leave me my dirty, sketchy lines. I still love the fact that despite that being our two styles, I was like, you know what would be fun? Me drawing and then Randel inking and painting it. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea for both of us to do on a project. He's just like, what were you trying to do with this line? I'm like, I don't know. I think I was going to figure it out later. He's like, well, now I have to figure it out. So you need to fix it. I'm like, that's valid. Thank you. I will fix it. But then we made a really nice book, so it was worth it.
It's true.
All the while, Sarah's just going full ham on 1,000 individual windows on every building in Pittsburgh. And you're like, why though?
All the rivets on the bus tire.
Every single one.
Sarah is another one who's been noticeably absent this season of Doodle Crew.
I know.
Which is funny because I have seen her in person at the Blue Moon.
Yeah.
At least once.
I get updates from Randel. I was like, oh, I should reach out. I think, honestly, this season, like, schedule just hit everybody. Because I know, we've definitely had to reschedule a bunch, and there were chunks of time where it was like, oh, no, we can wrap it up and we'll be done. And I was like, no, we cannot.
Schedule's a funny way to pronounce depression.
Also that.
To be fair, life hit me real hard.
Yeah.
Like, in a good way.
Which is good. We like that. I think, too, when we had started this, so many of us were still either work from home or outside influences were still figuring everything out, and we were still in kind of quarantine and shutdown. And now, as of last year, we're pretty much open back up. And I think it, the demands on everyone's time definitely changed.
Yeah.
I need to flip the canvas, but I don't want to.
Oh, no.
All right. That's not terrible.
I feel like that should be one of the commands in Twitch. Flip your canvas. It's just as beneficial as hydrate yourself.
It really is. It's so much easier to do it early on than it is after you've already worked a whole bunch.
Today's schedule worked out so great because I'm supposed to be working on art for a solo show, but no. Miss PacMan calls me.
Absolutely.
See, today worked out well for me because I was planning on streaming all day anyway.
Yeah.
But because of Drag Race this weekend, I wasn't planning on getting in drag today. So it's like I did my boy stream in the morning. I'm getting in drag now, and then I can do drag stream for however long because I'm off tomorrow anyway.
Nice.
I just live in my room. Let's set this makeup.
One big dark room.
Oh, I have a whole studio. Like, it's green screen, 3 monitors.
That's so great.
My XLR mic. The reason I'm not doing my makeup up there is because everything is like fresh and newly cleaned, and I don't want it to look like a bomb went off in it.
Valid.
It's like I just redid my stream layout, all of it. My set, like I redid all my sound commands. Like if somebody follows me on my channel, Tutter from the Bear in the Big Blue House goes, "Oh, baby, baby."
I forgot about that show.
We were talking about stream commands recently, and I was like, I switched over to OBS a while ago, and I still haven't set up that. I was like, I need to just do it. It's just Depression, you're a tricky one. You sneak up and get me in weird ways.
So I get ADHD paralysis real bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually. So it turns out I was trying to get my medication changed to normal Adderall instead of the extended release because I feel like my stuff is more situational, where like I need to pick where and when I want to function.
Yeah.
Instead of just having middling results the whole day.
Yeah.
And I messaged my psych, but like I couldn't log into the patient portal for some reason. So I like reached out through like email on the website itself, and I never got a response. So I'm wondering if that email even gets checked.
Yeah.
But I forgot I have an appointment with her on the 10th anyway.
Oh, well, that worked out.
Because I take a 20 milligram extended release right now, and I think I would fare better with like a 10 milligram non-extended release that I can take as needed multiple times a day.
Yeah.
But we also have an Adderall shortage, so
I was just gonna say, I was like, is it because you can't get Adderall right now?
No, I don't think so. Like my pharmacy hasn't had much of an issue.
That's good.
For now. And then if I need to raw dog it, I'll raw dog it. Which is my motto in life.
I just have flashbacks to the couple of months where I was waiting to get an appointment, and so they were just giving me like 1 month at a time birth control pills, and every month it would switch to a different brand, and I felt like I was losing my goddamn mind. And I was like, what is happening? They're like, oh, well, clearly, like, that's affecting you. And I'm like, yeah,
no shit.
Yeah. So then afterwards, like, in my chart, it was like, she needs to be brand specific. And I'm like, thank you. My mental health thanks you. Yeah, it was the first time I'd ever had, like, that intense of a reaction to something. I was just like, I hate all of this.
Well, it's like lately, supposedly it's the exact same extended release generic brand drug, but the capsule changed, and I feel like it's not the same one. Because it says on the bottle, it's like, your medication may look different, but it's the same dose of the same blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
Lies.
But it's like, I don't know, I feel different after taking this one.
Yeah.
In a way that I do not like.
Yeah. I wonder too if like there's definitely some of the coding that they used that I felt different. I was like, I don't think the actual components of the interior medication is different.
Like I don't think the chemical makeup is different, but I think the way it gets into my system is.
My delivery system is off, and I don't like that either.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of whether your medication is coated with sugar or aspartame.
I can taste the difference.
Boy, you want to see the fun new thing I got?
Oh, yes.
So, all of my sugar pill shadows are like the pro pans that are slightly larger. For example, this is a non-pro pan.
Okay.
Like this is just a little pressed one and compact. And I had like a pro palette that held like 6 of them. It was like the pro palette mini, and like you can swap them out and all that.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that started breaking apart, and to get a new pro palette with like a specific amount of circles in it, it was like $30, I think. So I looked into these. It's just a magnetic one. I can.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's like if I wanted to like depot the metal pans in other palettes too, I could throw them in here.
That is very clever. I like that. And you haven't noticed like them like demagnetizing and falling out or anything?
No.
Nice.
Well, this is also brand new. So all right. I don't have any browns in here. Where are those in a backpack? Oh no, it's right here.
Backpack.
I was like, where is my brown shadow? We just got pomades in that I could use to do my brows, but they're all unnatural colors, so I don't think that'll help.
Such as?
Like blue, yellow, red, white.
Oh, that's weird.
What's weird about it, Randy?
I mean, is it specifically for like people who bleach their eyebrows and want to make it different colors?
No, they're pomades.
Okay, for
For
those of
people
us who
who
don't
don't have
know,
eyebrows.
there we go. I was like, for those of us who don't know what that means.
People who draw their eyebrows on every day.
Oh, okay. Well, you said that, and I'm just thinking like, Gem and the Holograms, how like Jerica had those weird blue eyebrows for some reason. That must have been what she was doing. Hot
No,
Jerica.
she was a natural blue.
Yeah. Showtime's energy.
Picked up a couple of trades that Sophie Campbell had illustrated, and I really love the way she draws the Gem characters. It's very much
Is that
her
the
style.
newer comic?
I wanted to say that, but I also feel like I got it like 10 years ago. So
I mean, it's not a new you know what I mean.
yeah. So newer, yes, but I could not tell you if
It's
more
not
have
new
come out.
anymore.
Yeah, more have come out since. So because I keep having these moments where I was like, yeah, when recommending comics to people or talking about ones that influenced me, and I was like, yeah, there's this one, and I was like, oh my god, it came out 15 or 20 years ago, and I was like, oh, like even Miss Marvel, like Kamala Khan, I was like, she's been out for a while now. I was like, shit.
It's like the Boom Power Ranger comics. I was just like, oh yeah, the new Power Ranger. It's like, no, there's like 7 or 8 deluxe editions now, meaning they've been out for like 7 or 8 years.
It's fine. It's all fine.
Still going strong though.
Which is awesome.
To the point where the show itself is stealing ideas from it.
Oh. Full circle.
I mean, I'm sure they're like in discussions with each other.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you'd be foolish not to, but I wouldn't put it past them.
I mean, when you think about it, it's no different than taking a manga and adapting it into an anime. Like, if you've already got the blueprints there, why not utilize them?
Well, I think we're finally hitting the point where a lot of the comic stuff is ending up like canon in the show.
Okay.
Because a lot of it's supposed to, like, at the beginning it was like, oh yeah, this fills in the gaps because it's the original team, but like in 2000 whatever instead of the 90s. But it's like it followed a lot of the same beats, but it was all original stories.
Okay.
So like it could fit anywhere until they did like their big multiverse of madness thing, which showed there's so many timelines. Because everybody did that all at once. SpongeBob's coming out with a multiverse game, I think next week.
Oh my god.
I'm not even joking.
I like it. It's just so random. It cracks me up because sometimes I will use SpongeBob as a reference for some of the things that I teach to my students, and it is divisive. Like,
yep.
I kind of, now it's been a few years, I kind of expect it. Now I do it for fun because I can. But I was shocked at how much some of these kids, either one, were super not allowed to watch it, or two like actively loathe it. I'm like, okay, I could see it not being your thing. Like Ed, and Eddie was never my thing,
Well,
but
they were also not around when the writing was good.
that's fair. But yeah, I was unprepared for the amount of like loathing that came at SpongeBob. I'm like, but he's so nice. Don't be mean to SpongeBob. It's like we can draw Sonic. Do you like Sonic more?
Oh my god.
Sonic was safe.
As Emily continues to date herself.
Yeah. Well, so I'll tell you something that blew my mind. And this happened recently, like this past fall in the Cartooname class I just taught. I always ask the kids, what would you like to cover? What would you like to work on? Is there a specific style? All this, yada, yada, yada. But I always do a week on Pokemon because they're such great building blocks, like them as a character. Like you can really break them down. You can talk about all of these elements of technical drawing and yada, yada, yada. I had 4 students who knew what Pokemon were out of the 8 students I had. And the other ones were like, I don't know Pokemon at all. I'm like, how do you not know? They're like, and now, of course, the other students were super excited to bring them into the Pokemon fold. But I was like, nothing? Really? Like, I figured that one would be safe. But yeah. And even like Mario was kind of hit or miss. Legend of Zelda was hit or miss. Splatoon was only a couple of kids, but they were real passionate about it. So we did it. But yeah, it's like Sonic is a weird one where it's everybody at least knows him enough that I can get away with like using him as we're going to work on drawing shapes with him. But
that's so weird.
I've found all the kids, the common point in my classes have been Among Us.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't like so mascot characters are not a thing anymore. That's the big takeaway from all of this.
Interesting.
It's mascot characters in single player games are not popular with Gen Z and below.
Why is that, do you think?
The internet.
Huh.
We came up like in the in-between for a lot of things. They only know online multiplayer.
That's true.
True.
In interacting with people.
Yeah,
I used to have a 4-way connect with 4 of my friends who all had Game Boys. This is a lie. I never had that many friends who had Game Boys and would connect. So I saw it in other friends who had it.
Emily ends her sentence with, I never had that many friends.
I never had that many friends. No, super did not.
You're like Peggy from Sailor Moon.
And
I don't have any friends, but that's okay.
Who the fuck is Peggy?
What that art episode, Lonnie Lanai, her whole alias that she made up.
My favorite episode.
So your Deke Dub references are largely lost on me.
So the episode, she's one of the Rainbow Crystal Carriers, the artist.
Uh-huh.
And she does the sketch session, and she's making tea for them or something, and says, like, I don't have any friends, but that's okay because like I really love the art that I do. But everybody always takes that one subtitle of like, I don't have friends, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need.
Well, what is it like in the, and again, I never watch subs. I always watch the dubs. And in the one, it's like she's at the gallery opening and the people are like, I bet she's really beautiful and she's magical, and she's standing there, she's like, I'm not any of those things. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Sailor Moon, my God. Like, no, not gonna hold back. Okay, thanks.
To be fair, I think that line might have been a like direct translation. Like I don't think that was an English only thing.
Yeah, I can absolutely see Japanese people being like, this is what you say when you go to an art gallery. You just talk about how beautiful they must be.
Just the chorus of Kire.
Mm-hmm.
Just saw TikTok from the other day. Oh, interesting. Vineyard Warrior says saw on TikTok about SpongeBob characters being different personality traits. could absolutely see that.
There was a meme for a while where it's like any intellectual property you could think of, somebody could assign SpongeBob characters and scenes to each thing. Like there's ones for Resident Evil, there's ones for Final Fantasy, like
That's funny.
I believe Nemesis from Resident Evil 3 is like Squidward with his nose punched in.
Oh. Okay, but I feel like I would enjoy Resident Evil so much more if it was just all SpongeBob characters.
If you buy the PC version, it can be.
I'm here for Gary.
Gary, I love.
That's my favorite part.
I do love Gary.
Instead of Mr. X, it's just Gary busting through the wall.
Have you seen the mods where it's like Thomas the Tank Engine hunting Jill Valentine down?
Okay, but I love some of the clips from the like OG Thomas the Tank where he looks really sinister. You're just like, this was a children's show with George Carlin and Ringo Starr.
Did you see Bullet Train?
Movie or TV show?
The movie.
I did not.
There's a Thomas the Tank factory bully in there.
Oh. Which one was Bullet Train?
The one with the bullets on the train.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking Filomena.
The girl who knows no actors. The guy who was in...
It's okay. I played the same game with my parents. They're like, okay, so it's this actor from this thing.
In Fight Club, who isn't in The Glass Onion.
Edward Norton?
No, he's in Glass Onion.
Okay, I haven't seen Glass Onion. Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt is in Bullet Train, along with a bunch of other people.
Okay.
And Thomas the Tank Engine.
Ah.
Because it's about a train. You see.
Absolutely. I mean, I firmly believe that Brad Pitt could probably establish chemistry with Thomas, and I would buy it. So
that fella is the best way. It's not what I want to say, but that guy is now making sculpture, and I'm like, stop it, stop, leave it for the artist, please. You've got other things.
Yeah,
leave it
alone,
buddy. Ooh, new Trikel brush making a line. Mama likes it. It's no Richard brush, but
yes, Filomena introduced me to Richard, and now I have fallen deeply, deeply in love with Richard brushes, and will never be the same.
I told you I've been flirting with the company, and they're Canadian, and I'm like, hey, I could be your ambassador. Hey,
yes. We paint a lot of murals,
right? So
only rains sometimes.
Oh, I was telling somebody about that recently. I was like, yeah, and then we painted this whole huge chunk, and then it all went away, and I got to paint it again.
Right. Oh, never the same the second time.
Nope.
Nature's way of saying save your work.
Yeah.
It's literally what it was.
Speaking of which,
but there is no Control S in real life.
No, sir. Man Z. Control Z. Go back.
There was a wonderful moment where Filomena and I just looked at each other and we were like, this is happening now. This is where we live now. Okay.
And the more my eyesight panned out, the more destruction you saw. Because at first I was like, "Oh, look, I could fix that with a paper towel."
Yeah. When you're
shut up.
When you're on the scissor lift and you're right up to it, you're like, okay, it's not that bad. Like we can do it. Then you step back, you're like, this is a 90-foot wall, and that's like 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. We made it work.
Yes.
Bro, they break up Henry the engine to die alone in the dark. Thomas. I'm sorry, I'm getting back to chat. Sweetie May just like, they brick up Henry the engine to die alone in the darkness.
They do, because he's a jerk.
That's what you get.
Stitches get snitches.
All right. What? Can I do that layer? Let's hide that layer.
I remember hating that show so much when I was a kid because I went to school with these weird boys who were obsessed with trains.
Oh. Speaking of autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear, all it takes is one really terrible kid who loves something to actively make you hate it.
Did you just say Undertale?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was it's Homestuck. Mine was Homestuck. I was just like, I can't with any of this. I'm done. I'm out. No. I'm like, I'm sure it's great. Nope.
Those weird gray kids always show up to your table at a con and get their gray paint all over everything.
They're great.
I don't know how they managed to be literally the only ones at the show who don't know how to set any sort of makeup.
I mean,
yeah, but there's a lot of like amateur people, and they still managed to do it. And no, every Homestuck one, I was like, just don't touch, please, just don't touch.
So I can tell you exactly what happened. They probably use an oil-based body paint.
Oh, that's not
and that's a bitch and a half to set. And they probably don't even realize they need to set it.
I absolutely believe that. Yeah. But I feel, it's the same issue I have with many of the Deadpool and Joker cosplayers. I'm like, if you are in the costume contest and you want to go full character, have at it. That's the perfect place to do it. If you're walking up and down the artist alley aisle, just, can we not, please? Or when you're talking to me at my table, I don't want to talk to the Joker. Please.
It's like, excuse me, you realize this person's a villain, right?
But couple goals, HeBe.
Don't even. I will go on.
God, I remember when that first started showing up, and I'm like, am I on glue? What is happening right now?
It's like, no, he threw her into a vat of chemical grossness. Like,
and especially like after you've had Jared Leto released as the Joker, I'm like, he's literally the worst one. Like, okay, I get it. If you've got a soft spot for Mark Hamill, sure, okay. But I was like, what? No.
because he's edgy.
Fathers, don't let your daughters grow up to love jokers.
Mothers, don't let your children go to a costume convention dressed as Deadpool and act a fool and annoy all the people in the vicinity. It's why I now hate Deadpool as a character, because they come to all the cons and I just don't want to see it.
And it's the... I don't trust them not to actually cause harm, either to somebody else or to, like, the table that I'm sitting at. I'm just like, I genuinely don't know how far you'll go for this joke, and it makes me uncomfortable. I was like, you can just talk to me like a person. It's okay. It's honestly why I used to have one Deadpool thing that I sold that I genuinely enjoyed and I was proud of. And I don't anymore because I'm like, nope, because if they see it, they'll come to the table and I don't want them to.
Let's be friends. No.
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 That's why I do it for me. Doing it for me.
These PacMans are looking so cute.
Thanks.
Oh, those are cute.
Thank you. Got some plans for the background.
Ooh.
This is definitely a multi-day paint.
Are you gonna apply LSD to it? Lickable art.
Lickable art.
There will be scratch and sniff.
Ooh.
The original, I'm looking at a reference of the original game. Creepy AF.
Yeah.
Ugh. That is not my bag, but the game was my bag, so.
Also really hard.
Yeah. It was so challenging.
Miss
For
Pac-Man
you.
was not playing around.
No. She's playing for keeps.
Yep. My plan is to put in the background icons from the game, but just in a slightly lighter blue than I've got here.
Ooh,
So,
I
you know,
like
just-
that.
Yeah, like their wallpaper in the background.
Very fun.
Or just get bored and stop.
So relatable.
My favorite cheat.
I'm done now.
That was fun. Okay.
Look, Mom, I did it.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. I will say I am grateful to Doodle Crew because I swear that's the only reason I've finished a bunch of pieces of artwork. It's because I'm like, I want to post them, so I have to actually make it finished. And not just be like, I'm going to forget about this for 5 more years. And then when I look back on it, hate it.
I did that just today, actually, because I was trying to decide what I wanted to work on. And I was like, oh, I have these unfinished video game pieces that I started years ago that maybe I should finally finish them. And I opened it and I was like, oh, God, no. Nope.
Back into the pit with you.
Yep. And then I'll open it again in another like 5 to 10 years and be like, hey, maybe I should go back and look at that again. We never learn.
No. Well, and there's some, like, I enjoyed the few episodes where we've done, like, go back and redraw your old artwork. But even with that, I'm still particular about the art that I go back and draw. Because some of it, I'm like, some of this was just bad. It wasn't a good idea. It wasn't a good start. Like, no. I think the last ones I pulled from were, like, middle school. Because I was like, no, this is laughably bad. Like, I can get away with updating that now. Whereas stuff from like 5 years ago, I'm like, you should have been better and you weren't. You were a professional artist at this point.
Shoosh.
I know.
Like that Sarah Anderson comic that I shared with you yesterday.
Yeah. You
The
know,
things I create, self-worth. These two things should go together.
yeah, the amount of relatability that she has, I'm just like, you just know. You get it. Have to believe you live this life too.
We're all the same.
Well, I was talking about the one, I think it's a 4-panel comic where it was like, you know, fancy house, like sports car, beautiful wife, and then the final panel is like artists get to draw all of it. And you're just like, oh, yeah.
Just like my friend this week who was trying to get me to hire an HR consultant to find a job and said that $700 was a reasonable amount to pay for someone to do that for you. I'm just like, oh, yeah, you don't know how the art world works, do you? You don't understand that we're all basically perpetually poor.
Hi.
Bonjour.
And it's weird too, because I feel like there are opportunities to work outside of the direct place that you are in, but sometimes they can be very difficult to find if you're not already kind of keyed into that. And especially, like, I wonder how people not in the industry would have any hope of finding that.
They'd stumble into it.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you told me that, I was like, what would I do with $700? I'm like, if someone would just give me $700, I could take a full weekend just for that full week, make job hunting my entire job. Like,
yeah, she said that. I'm like, you do realize that's basically like 1 month of rent, right?
Yep.
For context, this person flips houses and rents them out to people, and she was just looking to like get a new real estate gig, and that's why she was like, oh well, I
so
just
she's
did
part of the
this.
problem.
Basically.
Yeah, when we were talking and you said that, I was like, I thought she was gonna be in real estate. That fits. So, but it was, when I used to work for my dad, like, a lot of the time spent on jobs with him was going back and fixing things that had been flipped that were done wrong and all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's like, if you know what you're doing, it's great. But boy, if you don't.
And like, I can't be too upset because I know that genuinely she was just trying to help, but just not having that understanding of my world is a lot different than your world.
Yeah.
Like, this is not me being well off and just looking for a new opportunity to like switch things up for funsies.
Yeah. Well, and like you said too, so many of the places, as the world is extra weird right now, like, why would we hire 3 people to do the 3 jobs that we need when we could just hire 1 person and make them do all of it? And I was like, that's a bad business plan.
And I keep seeing it everywhere.
Happened to my hubby.
Yeah.
We're living at right now.
When I know for a number of my friends, I had one who was recently job hunting, and she was coming out of education. Now, she has an incredible skill set because she's also a podcaster. She's a digital content creator. Like, she has all of these things that extend outside of being a teacher, but you can't put that on a resume. Like, you can, but it doesn't hold the same weight as, having worked in the industry before.
Yeah.
So, she's going to all these places and it's that stupid, like, I just need the first job to show them like all the things I can do and move up in ranks and then, find something else. But until you get that first job, you can't do anything. And it's,
yeah.
When I had to hire people, I was like, I would take someone who is a fast learner and I could train over someone who already knew some of this stuff but didn't listen to me. I was like, I'd take them any day because I'd rather have that.
Because the other person thinks they know what they're doing already.
Exactly. But, the more I hear, everybody was just like, well, they didn't have it on their resume, so we didn't bring them in for an interview. And I'm like, but you brought in another person who wrote detail-oriented on their resume and isn't, and I'm going to lose my shit.
You won't bring me in for an interview, and yet you let my friend who works for your company go on vacation every other month, and he left for another job, and then somehow waltzed right back into the company with no questions asked, but you won't bring me in for some reason, because why? I don't understand.
Make it make sense.
Like, how is that person not like a liability? But, what do I know? I'm not running a Fortune 500 company.
But I am.
Why aren't you hiring all of us, HeBe?
Because I want you all to be poor.
Super villain laugh. Get the anime laugh. Get your one hand up. And
My hands are busy right now.
As always.
Yep. I couldn't believe it. I've got one friend who was working for Wayfair and got just unceremoniously dumped, which is a whole separate thing. But now, as he tries to look for stuff, like, he has been working in the professional world for 25 years. And he goes to apply for these things. They're like, well, you don't have a college degree. And I was like, what? Still,
it's like, I have world experience.
I was like, he's so much more valuable for all of, he's worked. That's so, I was like, this is still a thing. Like, this is still the metric by which,
it's the metric specifically by people at the top that do not understand.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me crazy.
They will eventually fall into a well.
Or die.
Yeah.
Both.
Or both.
Get eaten by the girl from The Ring.
She doesn't eat people.
Well, she might. You don't know.
Yes, I do.
Maybe she gets a little snackish, a little peckish down there.
Yeah. Oh, Kia, you make a great point. It's the, it's remarkably unfair, but if you end up bringing up these valid concerns, you seem ungrateful or you seem like you're being petty, and you're like, but no. Yeah.
Reminds me of another podcast called Proudly Unemployable.
Proudly? Is that what?
Proudly Unemployable.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then you have the other annoyance, which is, now creeping into the art world, which is AI being in charge of sorting through resumes and not being able to properly read resumes unless they're formatted a specific way.
And you have to have specific buzzwords in there so they get picked up.
Yep.
I think my favorite. So it's one of those where, the big corporation that's in my town, I'm sure at times just puts out like huge thing across LinkedIn where they're just looking for people. So someone had reached out to me about it. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll send you my resume. Like, you're never going to hire me, but all right. And I love the response. I was on the phone with the recruiter at the time. And the response I got when he opened up my resume, he's like, oh, I've never seen one like that before. I was like, I'm sure that's a good thing and works in my favor. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not corporate art. I can, but no. Shockingly, I did not get a call back.
You dodged a bullet.
I did. Yeah, I was not broken up about that one. It was such, I don't think he meant to say it. So it was such an honest reaction where I'm like, yep.
I like how often Subway sends me job postings because they're looking for sandwich artists.
I see that one too. Yep.
Yeah.
The dream.
Wrong tree.
Uh,
You're barking up the wrong tree.
well, gosh, wasn't that that type of specific like wording workaround? Isn't that part of the reason why like the art institutes got spanked? Because they were counting people who ended up at like McDonald's or Subway working in culinary as being placed in their field and padding their numbers, and you're like, it's not totally accurate.
Working as a cashier at Michael's or Joanne Fabrics and being like, well, technically it is an art supply store, so it is an art job.
Oh my gosh. Kia says AIP placed Colby as a ribbon cutter at a craft store and called it a win. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
It's sad.
so close. These are the parts of the Art Institute that I have no issue kind of, shitting on. Because I was like, no, this was the bad side of it. This was the business and admin side of it that was legitimately crap.
Yeah.
And this is why you fail.
I just got some cool junk at the dollar store today to paint. I'm so excited. I got a ceramic robot.
Oh.
That's going. So I'm working on this project at the Art Center to Community Arts of Elmira to install an Art-O-Matic machine.
Okay. I'm very
so
curious.
I'm going to paint the robot to match however I paint the Art-O-Matic. And it's going to be like the little more words gone. Mascot.
Yep.
It's going to be the mascot. So I got that to paint, and I got this junky dinosaur like puncher. It's like its face like has the punching part, and I'm going to paint it all pink and cute. Oh,
I love
gonna be so cute. And then I'm going to put it in the Art-O-Matic.
Yes. I love it.
It's always fun when you can upcycle things.
Yeah.
It's funny when someone told me that was what that was, like later on in life, and I'm like, there's a word for that? That's just how I lived my life, like as a poor person.
You're so fancy. So a long time ago, I was a wedding photographer, and there was this couple that on the internet boasted about their hobo-themed wedding.
Oh God.
And they got torn to shreds.
Not that.
Torn to shreds. It was so fun to watch.
Oh my God.
To shreds, you say?
Just stupidity of some people.
Like, my mama was a hobo, and now you're like, it was fantastic. Fun to watch. Especially not being that I wasn't involved in any way.
Yes.
Doesn't this version of Miss Pac-Man look like she could steal your car? She's in Southern California. She could steal your car.
Yes.
And this one's like, hey, what's going on?
I like ghosts.
I like ghosts too. Got any of them cherries? Those aren't the voices. All right, whatever.
Trying so desperately not to rely on using the ellipse tool for the eyes.
Yeah, but those friggin' little like eyes like that are a pain in the butt to try and draw with a stylus. Like, no. Just no.
No shame in that game.
Yeah, don't make me do it.
Because, like, if they're supposed to be toys, I want them to be a little bit ununiform.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could make both of the ellipses and then like go over and trace part of it or something. And
Don't bring your logic to this conversation.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Nobody asked for this.
We're artists. Our job is to complain, and that's it.
And make things harder for myself.
Yep.
Every time I do something stupid with my art, I have the little gif of Hagrid going, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. I was like, why? Part of the reason I love this game so much is because it looks like you're in like a storybook playing around, and it's like all watercolory and stuff, which is great until I have to then paint like that. And I'm like, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake.
I always liked her swishy red hair.
Oh yeah. It's a really fun game. It was one of the first ones I'd played in a long time where I was genuinely impressed with the way that the combat system worked. And it was unique, and I had not encountered one like that before. I am not saying it's not out there. I'm sure it is. I don't play enough games to know it, but I was like, oh, this is really creative and really fun, and it's beautiful. Mayor Squish, I like your slimes. It's very cute.
Thank you. I couldn't reach my remote. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh no, that's creepy.
They're watching us.
The Funko effect where it's just like, oh god, there's black soulless eyes. It's so creepy.
Come play with us, Randel.
Not that.
Look, it's a cookie from that Harry Potter face.
Yum.
Yes, please.
I am so hungry.
Me too.
I would share. Happy dance. I feel terrible. I was at a holiday party, and the couple who own the bakery were there and started talking to me. and I didn't recognize them because
Oh no.
there weren't cookies around them.
I only know you in this one setting.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Well, and the ones that always get me are like parents of students I've had or
Mhm.
parents of other dancers who've like seen me perform, and they'll come up to talk to me, and I'm just like,
Who are you people?
You're speaking to me as if like you definitely know me, but I don't know you, and now I'm panicking. I'm like, give me something. Give me some way that I can connect to this. Well, and sometimes too, you know, because the students I teach are usually like if I get them right away, they might be 10 or 11. So if I don't see them for a few years and they go through puberty and all of a sudden they're 6 feet tall, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize, like, you don't look like the same person at all. It's like, oh no, I've become that person. I was like, but it's true. You're like an adult now. Oh, that's a good point. Kia says cosplayers running into each other on the street is bananas weird.
Oh, I love going to bars I don't normally go to in the city out of drag, because people who don't see me out of drag on a regular basis have no idea who I am, but they've heard of me in drag. I just dropped something.
Now, do you, I mean, would they know your voice then, like as you were speaking?
No.
Or?
You don't make that connection
Okay.
at all. Like
I believe it.
Like it doesn't even occur to make that connection.
The equivalent of, but there are no cookies around you.
But where are the cookies?
I don't smell any vanilla.
Brains are weird, man. Just so very strange. I'm gonna be smart.
Oh my god, that bunny Mayor Squish. Urgh.
Look at this little... All right, wait, hang on.
so
I need it to
cute.
be big. I need to see it.
It's so
No,
cute.
Look at them! Oh my god, the chicken! Ooh,
Oh my god.
I love it so much.
How much?
Okay, also, can
Thank
we talk
you.
about the tree on the right-hand side? I love like the roots and everything.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's beautiful.
delicious.
Thank you.
I love it. She's been using her time well. I've just been going back in and
trying.
redrawing my stupid sketchy lines over and over again. That's how I want it to go. I don't think it is.
Draw your stupid lines better, Em.
I'm trying.
That's the lesson here.
Get good. Just get good, Emily. I do have, there is one brush I really, really love in Clip Studio Paint that it manages to give me the clean lines that I want while still keeping kind of a traditional like texture to it. So it still has some of the movement that I like in my traditional stuff. So that has helped a ton. Because the Photoshop brushes I used to use where I'm just like, I am not good enough to make these lines look right. Like they just...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, in newer versions of these digital programs, you have access to the stabilization thing, which used to be my go-to in Flash, and it'll help clean up your wiggly ass lines. And I'm like, thank you. Yes, please.
Oh, you mean what I've been using to make these very clean shapes? Yes. Smoothing is nice.
Smoothing is nice. I'm like, thank you for that.
Something that is not nice, however, is, I don't know if it was in the last version or this version. Whenever they updated Photoshop, it does this stupid thing now where when you start a new document and you go to save it, it will show that it's saved, but the actual window, like workspace, will still say like Untitled 1, even though you just saved it.
Oh,
So
no.
I don't know if it's just like a weird latency thing where it actually is your document, but I always get nervous and I close it and then reopen the one that I just saved so the name is properly displayed.
That's exactly what I would do, because that would make me crazy. Oh, I don't like that at all.
No, like I don't know who did that, but that's
No,
really bad.
Put it back. I know I'm not great about saving, but like, please don't don't add into my stress.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the one I wanted to know. Nope. Yeah. So, HeBe, for Stream Queens, do you get to play with some of the other queens?
Yeah, it
That sounded
just
weirder
depends
than I
on
meant
like
to. Do you get to play with the other queens?
yeah, so like depending on the event or something, like there may be something we know about like weeks in advance where we can plan it out, or like occasionally like if somebody's hanging out in somebody else's chat and they're playing like Dead by Daylight or something, like and they want other people to play, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, like you want to join?" Stuff like that.
That's cool. Are they based all over?
Oh yeah, all over.
Awesome. That's
Like
awesome.
not even just the US.
Yeah.
I met one of them recently.
Oh.
And by recently, I mean, what, Halloween?
Yeah, probably.
I would count that as recent.
I was like, oh, but we're in January now. Oh.
It's only 2 months. This is the end of October. It's fine. Yeah, I was doing the thing where I had told somebody that I was gonna have like classes at the end of January or something like that, and I needed to finalize them. And I was like, oh, I've got plenty of time. Then I looked at it; it was only like I have 2 weeks to get this set before I'm supposed to teach. And I'm like, shit,
Oh, that's how I feel about everything lately.
I can't keep up.
It's like I have not to plug anything, but I am part of Stream for a Cause's Stream Supreme digital drag pageant. The first of its kind on Twitch. I don't know what the prizes are exactly, but it is sponsored by Gaming Magazine, GAY Ming Magazine.
Aww.
And like they do a lot of really cool stuff for like all sorts of like nonprofits and all that, and like they have all the money already. They provide them the funding. They give them the tools they need to succeed. Like, and it's like an actual nonprofit too, not like a for-profit nonprofit. And like, so basically it's like the first portion of that is I have to do a charity stream where like the judges will come and like watch, or they'll watch the VOD afterwards. And it's not based on how much money we raise, like our scores. It's just based on like how well like we pitched everything and like how put together it is and all that stuff, like audience interaction.
That's awesome.
And then the finals for that are because that's just the first round, are I think February 4th, and they're going to be on the front page of Twitch.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And boy, did I learn that being on the front page of Twitch is wild. Very stressful.
Okay, so for all of us who, I'm assuming the rest of us, I've never been on the front page of Twitch. Tell us what it's like.
A cesspool.
Okay.
You
mean the internet isn't nice?
Every single teenage boy / man who lives in his mom's basement trope floods in and goes, what the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck is this? Why is this allowed on Twitch? Death to gay people. Like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like moderators are firing on all cylinders the entire time. The chat is literally moderator deleted message, moderator deleted message.
Jeez.
Like, yeah.
Insane.
And that's why we still have Pride Month.
Yep. Ugh.
That's why I hide in my room and don't talk to anybody. Because they just make me angry all the time.
So that's why I go out like this. Because
Right.
if somebody's going to be upset by my presence, that's their problem, not mine. Get it together.
I'm always upset by your presence because they're always really nice and I can never return the favor.
You can, bitch, did you see what you gave me for Christmas? Like, and then didn't even tell me he drew it.
I still love that.
I thought you knew. No, I didn't fucking know.
Which was funny because when I gave it to you, I was like, oh, that's like the reaction I'm getting? Okay. I was like, that was very underwhelming, but that's fine. I'm sure.
Because I didn't know.
Yeah, artists, not always the best salespeople for our own art.
Just always think back to Bianca Del Rio saying, what do you do successfully? Quickly. And I'm like, I don't know.
Apparently, inkjet acetate.
It's my little shortcut. And unfortunately, that stuff does not store well. Because I bought a huge stockpile of it from Amazon years ago. And I don't know how easy it is to get nowadays, but almost every single sheet I pulled out had been scratched or something.
Oof.
And it had these like permanent scratch marks and smudges and things on it. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just try and find the one that's like the least amount of ruined and use that one.
Soiled it.
That's so frustrating.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I could enlighten people if they want to know what that even is.
I think that'd be great.
So
I wasn't going to put you on the spot.
For people who aren't familiar with like old school animation, they used to use acetate, which is just like a clear film, and they would draw the characters on those, and then that would be what they layered on top of the background. So like everything behind the character is completely transparent, and there was like a little bit of opaqueness to it, which is why you would see in older cartoons, the more they had layered on, the like muddier it would start to look, because you would get all those sheets of plastic on top of one another, like making it look darker. But there was this neat thing that they created at some point for people who had home printers to, I think most people use them for like their teaching.
I was gonna say it's what the projector used to be for, the transparencies for all the olds in chat. When we were
I
in
have one in
school.
my basement now.
Yep. So before they were using smart boards and things like that, it was like an easy way for you to make your own little transparencies to put on the projectors. But then I thought, hey, why not use it and make animation cells? And so I did that like the legit way for a while, with actually like mixing the paint colors and color matching and all that. But I found that you can use a workaround for that, where you print it fully in color, and then just on the back side of it, if you paint it with white acrylic, it makes those parts opaque while the rest of it still stays transparent. So you can get really highly detailed color blocks that you couldn't get painting by hand.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing.
Thank you. It was a labor of hate.
Well, we, for a very small amount of time in college, we had the opportunity to paint cells, the old school way. And it's one of those where you're just like, I could not, for someone who loved 2D animation and drawing all of that, I could not wrap my brain around painting them. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is insanity. And you have to do this for every single one? It's like,
The whole time?
The whole time?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, and it works different than you would think it would too, because you don't realize, with it being a slippery surface, that you're basically just like pooling the paint or the ink on top of it and then like smushing it around to get where you want it to go, and it's not like painting on paper.
Yep. And you're painting in reverse, because you're laying down, at least when we were doing it, you're laying down like the shadow line on a character's face before you flood in like the base skin color and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you have to switch your brain over so much, and you're just like, hey, what am I doing? Much like if you are a window painter, the people who do really big, beautiful window ones. And I'm just like, my brain doesn't work this way. I get real stupid in those moments.
Has anybody watched Squidbillies at all?
No.
No,
Way back in the day, a couple
you told
times.
me to.
Yeah. So Ben Prisk does the background portion of the animation for that. It is some of my favorite backgrounds. I swear it's like butcher paper and tempera. It's just a glorious thing to look at while you're being horrified by these squids.
Belly squids, everybody's favorite nightmare.
Yep.
Which is it? His own studio, or who put that out?
No, it's questions with facts.
Sorry.
I believe it's the same house as doesn't matter. I know what it is, but I can't tell you.
Is it the
And I can't do the interpretive dance of it either.
home movies people?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
okay.
Because that's my favorite.
I hit my reference picture.
Squidbillies is so good. You can't watch it like if you're feeling specifically jolly. It's a non-jolly time to watch it, but oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm so awful.
It's just it's a weird connection point that got me there, but it just makes me think of when the internet was having people realize like they were rediscovering Happy Tree Friends, and they're like, "Oh, what's this kids show?" And everyone who knew was like, "No, don't do it." And then we met them in Canada.
Oh.
And they were lovely. Oh, it does. Love when I start pulling out the different paintbrush type things in Clip Studio, and it starts to chug just a little bit. And I'm like, sure, that's fine. You're fine.
Like when Idaho mentioned in the Discord about how he overloaded all the resources and was it Paint Tool?
Yeah,
SAI?
Paint SAI. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was heartbreaking. I was just like, ugh.
Did I win?
This means I
No.
win, right? Yeah, I went to do something in CorelDRAW the other day, and I didn't have anything else open, but I was like, this could go one of two ways. It's either going to work after a few minutes, or it's going to completely crash, and I'm going to lose everything. Tune in next week for the dramatic conclusion.
You know what I don't miss though?
Me.
Is fact. Because I just saw you.
Also,
take that to your therapy.
I don't go to therapy.
Oh, America. No, I was going to say the thing that I don't miss is our old desktop computers that you could hear the grinding when they were trying to load something.
I miss that. I do miss that.
no.
It's white noise.
I think I only have negative associations with it because that never preceded a good thing for me. That preceded me losing however many hours worth of work, or even if I had saved, the one that would bite me in the ass is when it would do that, it would then corrupt the file. So it wasn't like I hadn't saved it, but now I was like, oh no, now it's done forever and you have to start again. I'm just like, Okay. Now let's see if I can do it twice as fast and half as good.
Alrighty, I'll be back. I'm in costume.
Okay.
Ew.
So I'll figure then like 5 to 10 minute warning for everybody else to get to
I would say 15.
15? All right.
Don't rush me.
Okay. I wonder what layer you're on. Boop. Are you that layer? You are.
I was also having a discussion with someone recently who was a little bit younger. And
I like the asterisk at the end of that.
just a little bit younger. And I was, testing to see how much this person remembered about the olden times. And I mentioned something about like, oh, do you remember back in the day when you could tell when a call was coming through because your computer speakers would start buzzing?
Oh, I hated that noise so
Or
much.
you would pick up somebody else's conversation like faintly coming through the speakers when they were on their cell phone at the time. Or like on a portable landline that just happened to be close enough that it would pick up. And they're like, huh? What?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, don't be sorry. You have your youth.
It's not your fault. I did this to myself.
Yeah.
My hearing aids have Bluetooth, and if my husband's at home watching something on the iPad and I drive up the driveway, it connects with my head, and I can hear like, and he cuts out, like he knows I'm home.
That's crazy.
Isn't that cool?
I feel like what an unexpected, like, that's not one I would have figured would happen. I'm so excited you got those all worked out, though.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, my life is so much better.
That's
so much better.
Wonderful.
And I'm still paying them off.
Hooray!
Yay. But after I sell these 2 pack women,
Yeah!
$2,000 each.
The more I look at this, I'm like, why did I decide 3 years ago when I drew this that I had to give Link the most horrible goblin posture? I'm like, did I model it after myself? Like, what was I?
It's a self-portrait.
Yeah.
Like, why is he so hunchy? What's happening there?
Oh, buddy. Buddy, your shoulders, your back.
Oh no, I worked on the wrong layer.
No.
Oh.
So let's add glow to that. Oh, let's not add that much glow to that. Yeah. Nope, we're not going to add glow to that at all. Yeah, looks better. Mm-hmm. I was so smug because I had my sketch and I was feeling really good. And I was like, I'm going to be able to knock this out. And then I just like turned on slow mode. And I'm just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I thought that I would definitely have more than this, but it's kind of tough when you have to get all of the shapes perfectly clean and precise before I can do anything else.
Yep. Well, and a double-edged sword on this is I really like the way that the paint pens in Clip Studio interact with each other because they interact like real paint would, but it means I have to blend like real paint would. And so like I can't just bop in my my cell shading and call it a day. Once again, we come back to we did this to ourselves. We could have picked anything. I just love that I'm just like, you know what would be fun though? This super detailed painted thing. It's okay. It's good practice for me.
Well, I'm sure it's one of those things too that, like, with how it's coming along, I'm sure you'll want to actually take time off stream to finish it.
Yeah.
Or save it for Friday stream.
Yeah. Since so often I go into my Friday streams and I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure it out. There's no plan. It's funny to me, this is jumping back a bunch of topics, but when HeBe was talking about being on the front page, we've had some random people pop into different streams, but the one that honestly has garnered like consistently, I think bots or trolls or something, has been the Shakespeare show that I do. And I'm like, really? The one that we do once a month is the one where all the trolls show up? I'm like, all right. I mean, that's fine, but yeah, it's just super weird.
It's like someone who had a big time grudge against their high school literature teacher. And they said, you know what? I really hate discussing that I know fuels a lot of fires. Some hating on Shakespeare. So let's just go cruise the internet and find who we can make angry today.
Yep. Look at those assholes. They're doing Shakespeare.
I'll show you, Mrs. Litmore.
It's funny. It's the teaching of Shakespeare is something that Steph and I have talked about a bunch, and it's I don't fault my high school teachers at all. I think the teachers did a great job, but part of the lesson was you read aloud and different students read aloud different parts. And I was like, honestly, that's the most painful thing. I was like, you want to make anybody hate Shakespeare? That's the fastest way to do it. Yep. Make their peers read it aloud to them.
That's how I found my junior year prom date. So everyone else was reading it just deadpan blah. And this one kid, João was his name, João from Portugal. He stood up and he read it like with a dialect. And I was like, hi, João.
Hello there.
I like that flavor.
Nope, there was a girl named Holly who was the fastest like out loud reader, and anytime there was an opportunity to vote for people who would read it, everybody voted for her, and she hated it. I'm like, but you're so good at it, and you read it so fast. Oh. I was like, I look back now, I'm like, I'm sorry about that. That was probably really miserable for you, but we appreciated it.
She could have slowed down.
I always hated those teachers that would use the reading aloud as like class participation points. And there was this one time that I had really bad laryngitis.
Oh no.
And the teacher was insistent on making me read aloud. And I'm like, can you not hear me? Like barely being able to get any sound out of my mouth at all. Why are you doing this to me? And I'm just like squawking, and it's like obviously that has still carried over because I still have like vocal throat issues. But I'm like, this is so demeaning and embarrassing, and I don't understand why you're making me continue to read when you can see that I'm like turning beet red.
Yeah.
Stop talking about me.
It's so demeaning. Oh, I like that jacket.
Oh, I gotta see. Ooh, that is a very nice jacket.
It better be for the amount I paid for it.
Wish did you right?
No, I bought it off Amazon.
Ooh.
Amazon cosplays are not bad.
That's
Like-
honestly, that's really nice to hear.
Like, if you have the right seller and you zhuzh it up a little bit,
Yeah.
like, it's like I got the full set jacket, has the little undershirt, doesn't come with the necklace, and it came with like holsters for the jeans. Like, you have to buy your own jeans and your own boots and all that, but this is like legit quality.
Yeah.
Like, and it has the indentation on the back.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Well, I remember being surprised, again, on my random TikToks, I was watching someone who like rehabs wigs, and they were talking about it. I was like, no, you can still make like even super cheap or super affordable wigs work. And I was like, here's things you can do to them. And I was like, that's honestly really nice for the people who can't, it's like audio equipment and podcasting and stuff. I was like, you don't have to start with the most expensive. You can make these
no,
things
it's
work.
like you grow and then you learn how to make do with the cheaper stuff. And because there's some people that buy the best stuff and they don't know how to use it, and it sounds worse than the cheaper stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like this is slightly too long.
Kia says Wishbone taught me Shakespeare better than any school could. Honestly, for so many of us.
And the Muppets?
And the Muppets.
Oh, wait, that's Charles Dickens.
I was going to say, I was like, they've taught me a lot. I wish they would do Shakespeare. I want more of them doing Shakespeare where like you've got a very serious, much like Michael Caine, like serious Shakespearean actor then surrounded by Muppets. Like that's what I want.
I just hate the lie of our childhood where we were led to believe that Muppet versions of stories were going to be a regular thing beyond 2 movies. Like, why? That was like the perfect recipe for success. Why would you not keep doing that?
I will admit I did not watch the Jason Segel movie. Was that one?
It was good. I liked it. I don't think there's such thing as a bad Muppet movie. Even the newer stuff, none of it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
She's just different.
She's just quirky and different, not like the rest of you.
Oh, big stretch.
Oh.
Ooh, one new YouTube subscriber. I am on fire today.
Woo!
Get it.
Oh, boy. It's all gonna pay off. Eventually.
Because my brain has been rotted by TikTok, I immediately went to the sound like, we're all gonna have a good time. What the Jesus fuck was that? Yep. Just rotted. Absolutely rotted from the inside out.
Which reminds me, I probably need to open up TikTok and see how many things you have sent me since the last time I checked it.
I've been better. I have not been doom scrolling on it quite as much as of late. So, oh, hello. You're here in time just for the end. Hi. All right, we gotta do this on a different layer. Hello. Hi. 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 You giving me headbutts? What do you got in your mouth? No, it's just fuzz. She loves to eat plastic.
Don't all cats.
Yeah. Yes, Vera does say it's quitting time. I'll say hi. Hi, baby. Yvette said you were great. Yeah.
Milkshake, you're a menace.
Don't get any ideas. Yeah, she's gonna get all the cuddles tonight. All right. Give.
Oh, I hear purring.
Yeah.
That's me.
Philomena's very happy right now. Yeah, we'll go do good scritches. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do for dinner before class. All right, are we ready for some show and tell?
No.
No? Okay. Well, too bad. We're doing it anyways. Because I have to go to the bathroom. Miss Filomena, would you like to go first?
Sure.
All right. Hi, hello, Soapbox Clots.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so fun.
Thanks. So I'm gonna render them more. I'm gonna put some shadow in. I'm gonna definitely do that background thing.
Yeah.
And then sell them for $1 million.
Yeah. I really like how you rendered the bows. That looks really cool.
I love painting bows.
I mean, or you could just use that one to actually steal a car with the threatening aura it gives off.
Yes.
Just smash the window.
Yep.
Wood, so you can break the window.
Yep. Sold as an accessory to crime. All right. Mayor Squish, are you? Well, actually, wait, before that, Filomena, where can people find you?
So nice. I'm at Filomena Jack Studio, and that's Filomena with an F like flower. And I'm also the Making It Up podcast.
Yeah. Which is lovely. All right. Mayor Squish, look at these little friends.
Oh my
Yeah, so many happy friends.
So many friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
got
like
to
how
play
happy
around
the
with
rock
some new
is.
stuff.
I know, I love the
Yeah.
rock. I want it in my garden that I don't have, but I want it in my lawn.
Yeah, me too.
I
It's really cute.
love it.
I love it. It's so
Thank
fun.
you. I got to play around with some foil and adhesive stuff, so that's fun. I
Ooh,
don't
and
think
what
you
did,
can see it, but
is it a little bit in the bottom right-hand corner?
yes. So this is the I don't remember what it's called. I think it's the gilded ginger,
Mm-hmm.
and I did that with
Sounds like a bar.
heat foil.
It does.
And then some hollow tape up here because I got some
Oh.
washi tape. So
Ooh, yes.
That's
Yes.
dope. Oh, that's so fun.
this was fun.
Yay! Okay, and where can people go if they want to bully you into streaming more of your new art supplies?
Yes, you can find me everywhere at Mayor Squish. Maybe
Yay.
I'll stream again this year.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you have a perfect stream companion near you right now. I sense it.
Well, not near anymore, but yes.
Oh, has he already headed back?
Yeah, he was only here for 10 days.
Oh, sad. I like the super long visits.
Well, yeah, last time we didn't have jobs, so.
Yeah,
But
it's
now we have money,
obnoxious,
so.
right?
Funny how that works.
It's
I
just
know.
some bullshit. All right, Randel. Let us look into the eyes.
Ooh.
Yes, look at them.
It's getting there.
It is.
Randy,
You
feet
get
for
to-
free.
I know. But then, so at least you can see I've got my nice clean shapes there.
At least he
Yeah.
doesn't have toes.
You gotta pay
No,
extra for the
no,
toes.
no toes. We have no time for toes in Toyland. It's gonna be my new slogan.
They're so cute.
Yeah, so I gotta finish him up and then play around with the plastic lighting.
Yeah. I feel like too with the simple shapes you've done, I feel like you could do minimal like white shine things and still get that desired effect.
Yeah, I think if I do some like clever masking and some gradients, that'll help a
Yeah.
little bit to like get it to where it needs to be.
Yeah. Oh, it's super cute.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if people want to bully you into putting up your gift to HeBe on your Instagram, where can they go for that?
Nowhere. No bullies. You can't find me.
I'm an enigma.
You can find me on Instagram at Randy Limoges, or you can find me on Tumblr. I think it's currently RW Art is the one I've been using. So there you go.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so happy to have you back.
Yay.
Yay. And let's see the eyelashes.
Hold on. Let me unflattering angle. Here we go.
Gorgeous.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so good.
Got my ponytail. Don't look behind me.
Just look at me. Focus on me. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Claire Redfield, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Super cute. I like that lip shade too.
Thank you. It's Junebug from Trixie Mattel.
Aw. That's awesome. And hey,
Trixie Mattel.
Trixie Mattel. My favorite. If people want to see more of you in this cosplay, where could they go to do that?
Wow, as soon as this is done, I'm going to be going live on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/HeBeBuffet. Go figure.
Hooray!
And I will be playing Dead by Daylight as Claire.
Yeah! We like
Dead
it.
by Claire Light, if you will. Or
The
Claire by
ultimate
Daylight.
conception.
I like it. Yes, you could create a breeze with those eyelashes. I love them so much. So good. All right. Here's my final piece.
The glow is good.
Thank you. Yeah. So I still need to paint in to make the background look a little bit more watercolory, but yeah. And now I just want to play the game.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I want my hair that color.
Right? It's such a good color. I'm so tempted.
It's super swishy.
It's so swishy.
I love it.
Hair that does not follow actual physics or gravity. It's my favorite.
Me too.
I just want billowy hair all the time, but never on my face. Just oh, thank you, Kia. Could be the box art. I love this game. So now I want to play. So maybe tomorrow when I should be working. But yeah, you can see more of me all across the internet at a Swan named Emily. I stream every Friday here on this channel, just doing my own art. And once a month Sundays with Sketching Shakespeare. And then every other Wednesday over on the In Addition podcast, we stream live on Twitch. And you can follow us for that. If you want to see more Doodle Crew, we're at Doodle Crew Draw. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Instagram and Facebook for our posts for all of the previous art episodes. And if you want to see the old episodes, they go up on my YouTube page every Friday. Yay! We did it! Thank you so much, everyone. This was great. Happy New Year! We'll see you again soon. Goodbye. Oh, hi, Cat. Goodbye.
Bye.